Okay, hi everyone. This is Steve Messinio, and from Your Biz Success Coach. I'm the owner here, and today we're talking about how to double your leads and customers and profits, of course, using the conversion equation. It's 2 o'clock p.m. on Thursday, August 13th, and we're just going to wait for a minute or so to see if anybody else is going to log into this webinar. So be patient, and we'll get started in less than 45 seconds. In the meantime, if you have any questions while you're here, you can certainly type them into the chat box. Certainly do my best to answer them throughout the webinar. We're going to roll through the webinar today, as we do have a lot of content to get through, and probably do some Q&A at the end of the session. So if I don't answer your questions right away, just be patient. So in about 15 seconds or so, we're going to get started. And once again, this webinar will be recorded. So if you missed any of the webinar here, you can check your email. You'll get a link to watch the recorded version so that you can catch up on anything that you actually missed as we get going here. So, all right. Looks like we are good to go. And we're going to get moving here because, like I said, we got a lot to cover. So let's get on with the webinar here. So like I said, we're covering how to double your leads, customers, and profits using the conversion equation. But first, who am I? Well, my name is Steve Messinio, as I said earlier. I'm a business success coach. I work with small businesses to empower them to build purposeful, profitable, and sustainable businesses. And I do that by implementing systems and giving people action steps that they can take to bring their business to the next level, and also work through some challenges that every business owner faces that may or not be in the forefront of your mind, but may actually be holding you back. And so that's the type of stuff I do within my coaching business. Have had a lot of success with my clients. You can ask any of them. Visit my LinkedIn channel, visit my website. You'll see all sorts of testimonials and stuff. So I'm not going to go on and on about me. I want to get right to the meat of the content here. So let's get on with it. How to double your leads, customers, and profits using the conversion equation. So let's hit play here and we'll get going. All right. So what I'm going to teach you today is a system for marketing your business to a point where it becomes instantly obvious to your prospects that really they'd be crazy to do business with anyone other than you at any time, anywhere, at any price. And let's start off with a little bit of a chiropractic case study. As a chiropractor who spent $10,000 on radio advertising. Can you imagine spending that much money on advertising for your business? Ran the ad on the radio for several weeks, and he only got 15 phone calls. Now that must have been pretty frustrating. And he only got one patient, which gave him a return of $1,900 for that one patient. You just basically lost $8,100 and nothing will ever get back. And wasted all the time, effort, and energy to create the ad for the radio and so forth. And this is all I got out of it. Well, why do you think that happened? Well, we're going to get into that as we go through the webinar here. Now, imagine if you could just take $1,300 of his marketing budget and change what the radio ad actually said, all right? And instead of getting 15 calls resulting in only one sale, you get 137 calls. And 37 of those calls turn into brand new patients, paying patients or paying customers if you're not a chiropractor, and each was worth an average of $2,500. The chiropractor would have generated, or you would have generated if you're that chiropractor, $92,500 in total revenue. And that's really what we call getting more results, making more money for the same time, same money, and the same effort spent. And actually, in this case, there's less money spent in this instant because of the way he changed his ad. So what if I can show you how to do this systematically for your business? So I'm going to show you how to leverage what you're already doing and how you too can get the same type of results for your business just by changing the way you do all of your marketing and advertising. Really no radical changes, just simple, common sense stuff that'll enable you to really kick up your marketing results. And I'll share exactly how you can accomplish the same results with your marketing and pretty much in every instance dominate your industry as a result. I'll teach you how to massively leverage your marketing. You'll make more money at the same time, same money and same effort you're expending right now. Why will you dominate your local market? Well, here's the problem. Most businesses simply don't know how to do this. They don't understand the tremendous untapped potential that lies within their marketing. Most businesses today spend some money on marketing and then decide whatever results they get from that marketing is probably as good as it's going to get. Really, nothing could be further from the truth. The marketing system I'm going to teach you today is based on unchanging principles of human nature that dictate that people always want to make the best buying decision possible. Marketing's job, in other words, your job, is not to talk incessantly about how great you are or how wonderful your prices are or how great your staff is or your products are. You're trying to position your prospect so that they have control over the decision-making process. Basically, you're making it based on them having enough quantity and quality of information to determine that they're ready to, get the most value. They're most ready to buy because they know they're going to get the most value for the price that they pay. My system is truly a breakthrough in marketing and advertising, yet it's simple and easy to understand. I'll introduce you to some very common sense principles of marketing that you'll be able to instantly validate and embrace. And these principles will give you a clear vision of what marketing is supposed to look like, and just as importantly, what it's not supposed to look like. I'll show you the fundamental formulas and strategies to not only make your marketing work better, but to enable you to create what I call competition-crushing marketing. I want you to see how powerful all this is and allow you to comprehend what the possibilities are for your business. What significant advantages you'll hold over your competitors when you implement it. So there are two main components to any marketing plan. And before I get into that, I'm going to kind of escape out of here and just check to see how everybody's doing so far in terms of this presentation. So let's kind of go back here for a second. Nope, I don't really see any questions going on or chats. So great. So you know what? Sounds like you guys are all going to hold on to your thoughts and questions till the end. So no problem. Let's go ahead and move on with the webinar here. We'll get right back into it. Okay. So as I was saying, there are two main components to any marketing plan. There's strategic marketing. There's tactical marketing. And strategic marketing is the content of your message. It's what you say and how you say it. Tactical marketing has to do with the execution of the strategic marketing. In other words, placing ads, building a website, attending trade shows, etc. The key to effective marketing is to master the strategic side, not the technical side. So a lot of people will tell you, well, why don't you try Facebook marketing? Why don't you try, Google AdWords marketing? And, really what they're telling you is try the tactical stuff. But if you don't know how to position yourself in those marketing platforms strategically, it's not going to work. What you say in your marketing and how you say it are almost always more important than the marketing medium. In other words, where you say it. Both are important, but the real leverage is in the messaging itself, and that's the strategic side of marketing. During this presentation, you'll learn how to say things in a way that'll make a profound difference in your marketing results. The system has been successfully implemented in over 400 different industries, including business coaches, social media consultants, contractors, business brokers, accountants, financial companies, retail stores, real estate companies, home builders, restaurants, software companies, doctors, dentists, remodelers, internet companies, manufacturing companies. Basically, you get the idea. It's a revolutionary new lead generation system that works with all sizes of businesses, from startups to Fortune 500 companies. This system will finally let you quit competing on price and start selling your product or service for what you're really worth. You're driving more leads and often see an increase in your advertising response from 2 to more than 100 times. And you'll also convert a higher percentage of those leads and make your salespeople into superstars. You'll increase the amount of your average sale, and your list of clients that pay, stay, and refer will increase significantly. You get a bigger bang for your marketing buck, and you'll finally have total control over your marketing and lead generation results. And Google is driving me nuts here, so we'll pause this for a second and jump right back in. Sorry about that, guys. Just went through that. So what is the actual purpose of marketing? Marketing is supposed to help facilitate your prospects' decision-making process. Prospects need to buy what you sell. Sometimes they need to be educated to the fact that they need to buy what you sell in the first place. Other times they already know what they want. They know they want it, that is, but they need to help deciding who they should buy from. They think they may want what you sell, but they have questions and concerns that need to be overcome. Look, the prospects aren't experts in what you do. They really don't know the relevant issues surrounding the purchase of your product or service. They don't know how to make the best decision, and they can't tell the difference between the best deal and a major mistake. It really leaves an opportunity for you to provide them with this information and guide them through the buying process. So let me ask you, how many of you bought sunrooms before? Do you have any idea whatsoever how to buy a sunroom? Can you tell the difference between a $10,000 sunroom and a $25,000 sunroom just by looking at it? When people need to buy what you sell, they are generally speaking just as clueless about what you're selling as you are about sunrooms. Your job is to facilitate your prospect's decision-making process. All prospects and customers want the exact same things. They want to feel confident their money has been well spent, that their decision has been made to the best of their ability, that they want to get the best deal, and people instinctively want to make the best decision possible and not feel like they've got to second guess their buying decision. As the marketer, you have to figure out what's important to your prospects. You got to educate them as to what constitutes the best deal when it comes to buying what you sell. And then you have to show them quantifiable proof that you actually provide the best deal in terms of price and value. All this has to be communicated to them in a way that they'll pay attention to, believe in, and then take action on. Instead of using marketing to educate and facilitate the decision-making process and build the case of why a product or service is the best on the market, most businesses fill their marketing with self-serving jargon that's only a thinly veiled way to say, buy it from me because I want to give me because I want you to give me the money instead of my competitor. That's why people become jaded and resist marketing. Prospective buyers want and need to be educated so they can feel confident when making their purchase decision, and no one's providing it, which gives you an advantage. The first one who does provide it, in other words, the first one who does provide prospects with this information wins all the profitable customers available. When marketing is done improperly, the end result is 100% predictable. You start to feel intense pricing pressure from your prospects, and typically you're forced to cave in, lower your prices, destroy your margins, and make way less money than you should to stay competitive. You get to spend more time at work and away from your family than those that are successful. That doesn't sound like fun, does it? If you're always competing on price, really it's your own fault. Your lack of marketing ability has led to a situation where there's no discernible difference between you and your competition. There have been no additional parameters or relevant issues introduced to educate your prospects as to what really constitutes the best value when it comes to buying what you sell. If you feel like you're always competing on price, it's because price is the only relevant variable that you've given your prospects to consider. From the prospect's perspective, all things appear equal, so they default to the business offering the lowest price. So this system that we're offering, they're showing you today, the conversion equation, is a step-by-step program for innovating and marketing your business. It allows you to first be better than your competition, to do better marketing than your competition, and allows you to separate your business from your competition and become the obvious choice for prospects to do business with. There are actually two sides to your business: inside reality and outside perception. The inside reality encompasses everything you do and everything that makes your business great. It's your value to the marketplace. If you asked your customers why they buy from you, they could probably tell you something quantifiable, specific, and instantly obvious. Your outside perception has to do with how customers and prospects perceive your company. Developed through their interactions that your prospects and customers have with your business, your customers will draw on their past buying experiences with you to form the outside perception of your business. Well over 95% of all businesses are completely inept when it comes to marketing. And the end result is that your inside reality and your outside perception are perceived to be different. Regardless of how good you are, regardless of your inside reality, your prospect isn't going to be able to figure out your true inside reality based on your marketing. You simply appear to be just another business that sells whatever it is that you sell. Even your best salesperson is never going to close a prospect who doesn't know you exist and therefore never bothers to contact you in the first place. Your marketing must do the heavy lifting for you. Deliver eager, qualified prospects to your sales funnel, and competition today is more fierce now than it's ever been. How many competitors do you have right now in your business? That's how many choices your prospects have, and that's how many additional businesses they have to sift through and filter through as they attempt to reach a buying decision. Here's the sad reality for businesses advertising online. They spend a ton of their time and effort and money just to get prospects to their website. When their prospects get there, they see the same old lame junk like service quality and dependability that they saw in their lame brochure before the internet was invented. That same lame junk is what all of their competitors have on their websites. They're probably already getting enough qualified traffic to their site, but they fail to realize that it's their lame website that's not converting their prospects, and that's really the real problem here. Everyone looks at the internet as the end-all, be-all to all their marketing problems. But the reality is that the internet is just another medium to screw up your marketing and with bland messages that do nothing to facilitate your prospects' decision-making process. You need to have a great website, and that means you better fix your strategic messaging that I've been talking about, or you're going to fail. If you want to know what Jane Doe buys, you got to see the world through Jane Doe's eyes. Most businesses know what Jane Doe wants, but because they aren't communication experts, they don't have the ability to communicate through their advertising and marketing their inside reality to the outside world. They can't lead their prospects to say, I would be an idiot to do business with anyone other than you at any time, anywhere, or at any price. What about you? What's your outside perception? Look at your ads and website. Is it instantly obvious, specifically and quantifiably, what makes you better and unique and different versus your competitors? Do you show your prospects how to judge your industry? What factors do they need to consider when deciding what to buy? How do you provide greater value than any of your competitors? Most businesses' outside perception is not an accurate reflection of their inside reality. Everything you currently know about marketing does not effectively allow you to accurately and succinctly, I can't even say it, sorry about that, portray your inside reality to the outside world. This is a product of decades of being conditioned to do marketing the wrong way. In the very early days of advertising, much of the advertising that existed back then was comparative in nature. Ads would say, we're better, and here's exactly why, based on this and that. On average, they did a good job of building a case and helping prospective buyers understand the important issues in regards to the particular product or service. The result was that the outside perception was generally a pretty good reflection of the company's inside reality. Then the most significant event in the history of marketing advertising occurred in 1945. Television was commercially introduced for the first time. Back then, there were only 3 channels. Demand quickly outstripped the supply of commercials, and prices shot through the roof. The response to the rising cost, the length of commercial shrank down from 2 minutes to 30 seconds. Advertisers had less time to educate us on to the important and relevant issues and build a case as to why they were different or better or unique. Instead of attempting to use shorter ads that highlighted their competitive benefits, advertisers changed tactics and started using slogans. That change made it harder and harder for the company's outside perception to accurately reflect its inside reality. Remember that marketing's first job is simply to get the prospect's attention. Even running just 30-second ads, getting attention was still not a problem for these advertisers. But then you must facilitate their decision-making process. Companies and their ad agencies found that it was a lot harder to do in only 30 seconds, but they also found out that they really didn't need to do it. The number of real competitors, that is, the ones that could actually afford to advertise on TV and run ads against their ads, was wonderfully few. They could spend a ton of money running 30-second ads and win by default. A company's inside reality and outside perception didn't really have to match up much back then. So the focus for all marketing and advertising shifted simply to getting the prospect's attention. That's when advertising lost its penchant for selling and instead shifted its focus to creativity. The idea now was to get in the consumer's brain with something creative that would stimulate them and cause them to recall the product later on when they needed it. That's when slogans became the de facto marketing standard that is still in use today. This new creative approach took over advertising as we know it, and it soon began to filter into all other advertising media, including radio, Google AdWords, newspaper, magazines, billboards, yellow pages, websites, and etc. Once this new creative message was in place, the big companies opened up their checkbooks, spent lots of money, and basically gave people no other option but to remember their message. C and R advertising. C for creativity and R for repetition. This is the era of brand builders. Ad agencies started running this formula for all of their clients, even small ones without deep pockets. Business schools started teaching marketing and advertising based on these methods that were being successfully implemented by the largest companies in the world and churning out graduates who only knew one way to do marketing. Brand builder marketing and advertising became the de facto standard for how you do it. No one questioned the formula, and all of us alive today, with no exceptions, grew up in an era where almost all the advertising you've ever seen or heard is a product of the era of brand builders. Over time, we've all become conditioned as to what constitutes a good advertisement. We learn that in marketing and advertising, the outside perception no longer has to reflect the inside reality. Everything you ever learned about generating leads and growing your business is wrong. Okay, that's really what the end result is. All the stuff that's gone on over these years, all this brand building, that is not how you grow your business. So as a result of this new breed of advertising, jargon now has started to dominate all marketing and advertising. Think of jargon as words or phrases that are drearily commonplace and predictable, that lack power to evoke interest through overuse or repetition, that are nevertheless stated as if they were original or significant. Since businesses only have 30 seconds to try to convey what makes them special, they lump everything into jargon such as largest selection, most professional, lowest prices, highest quality, best service, fastest, most convenient, largest in the state, more honest, we're the experts, we specialize, works harder, gets the job done right the first time, been in business for 4,000 years. Here are several ways you can easily and quickly evaluate your own marketing to avoid the jargon trap. Jargon evaluation number 1. Well, I would hope so. When you make a claim, ask yourself if the prospect's immediate response might be, well, I hope so. Think about a TV ad for a remodeling company emphasized their work was of the highest quality, fairly priced, guaranteed 100% satisfaction. Really, you could be saying, well, I hope so. Would you hire any remodeler who didn't provide all those as a standard part of their service? Here's a consulting company example. Our training leads to change. We increase the productivity, performance, and profit of your company. Well, I certainly hope so if I'm hiring you. Does anyone hire a consultant for anything other reason than to do those things? The problem is that if your company is exceptional inside reality and you're using the same jargon as everyone else, then the outside perception is that you're all the same. That's when prospects default to the company offering the lowest price. Price now becomes the only determining factor. Ask yourself openly and honestly why anyone would choose you over your competition. Then evaluate your answer against the well, I hope so evaluation. Here's a second evaluation technique called who else can say that? Stop thinking in terms of who else can do what you do. Think in terms of who else can say what you say. The answer is anybody and everybody can say what you say. A kitchen remodeler ran an impressive remodeling company. Their inside reality was that they were literally second to none. Their marketing unfortunately looked virtually identical to their competitors. Their marketing said, certified subcontractors, guaranteed satisfaction, new cabinets installed, complete kitchen remodeling. They accept Visa and MasterCard. Who else can say that? Really everybody. It's not who can do what you do, it's who can say what you say. If your marketing is full of jargon, then sadly, that answer is all of your competitors can say that, say exactly what you're saying. One final jargon detection evaluation. It's called the scratch out and write in test. Take a look at your marketing, scratch out your name and write in your competitor's name. Is it evident that this might be a problem for you now? And a tremendous competitive advantage if you could figure out how to fix this for your own business. Let me show you how to fix this and explain how you can follow a very simple process that I call the conversion equation. When you do, you'll eliminate jargon forever, and it'll show you how to become a communications powerhouse. It'll make your outside perception become an excellent reflection of your inside reality to your prospects. And you'll finally begin to see the results from your marketing that you should be getting. And the conversion equation has four main components. Interrupt, getting qualified prospects to pay attention to your marketing, often accomplished by affecting the prospect emotionally. Engage, promises that information is forthcoming that will help the prospect make the best decision possible. Educate, give them information that allows them to logically understand how and why you solved that emotional problem. Accomplished by giving detailed, quantifiable, specific, and inside reality revealing information. And then the offer, a low or no risk way to take the next step in the sales process. If you want to know why Jane Doe buys what Jane Doe buys, you got to see the world through Jane Doe's eyes. If you want to know what Jane Doe sees, you better first understand how Jane Doe's brain works, how it processes information and makes decisions. To understand this process, know these three major concepts. Three concepts that no one else in the world of marketing understands that will make all the difference in the world in your marketing's effectiveness and, more importantly, your company's profitability. Three things you need to know about Jane Doe's brain are downtime, uptime, and the reticular activation system. Downtime is a hypnotic state of running automatic patterns that allows your brain to perform habitual tasks without any conscious thought. In marketing terms, people see and hear ads with their eyes and ears, but they don't notice them on a conscious level. The three things you need to know about Jane Doe's brain are downtime, uptime, and the reticular activation system. Uptime, the brain's state of alertness or active engagement. Think of uptime as your brain going on alert mode. In marketing terms, the prospect consciously notices your ad or marketing piece, and they're open to your suggestions and solutions. The key to marketing is to get your prospect out of downtime and into uptime. Once you understand how to do this, you'll have the ability to make a fortune with your marketing. The reticular activator, the part of your brain that's on the lookout 24/7, even when you're asleep, it constantly scans the environment looking for things that fall into any of these three categories. Things that are familiar, things that are unusual, things that are problematic. All of these are activator. I'm going to permanently embed this example directly into your reticular activation system right now. I guarantee you'll remember this for the remainder of your life on the planet. Take a look at the FedEx truck. See the circle that I just highlighted? Look what FedEx did in how they wrote the words. They put a little arrow between the E and the X. Bet you didn't notice that before. Now you'll remember that. So what does this have to do with marketing? Short answer is everything. Understanding what wakes people up so they pay attention is what's going to get our marketing message past the interrupt stage and onto the engage stage, where when we engage your prospect, we've just increased our chances of selling to the people you're trying to engage by 1,000%. This is going to solve the problem that every other marketer hasn't been able to figure out, which is not just getting them interrupted, but also getting them engaged, not just finding any old activator, but the right activator. Any idiot can simply interrupt people. Madison Avenue uses activators that are based upon things that are familiar and unusual because they're the easiest to pull off. Activators based on unusual things is what creativity is all about. Creativity's main purpose in advertising is to dream up something so weird, so strange, so shocking, so unusual that it'll snap you out of downtime and into uptime, otherwise known as the interrupt. But here's the key. Once the brain is activated, once it's been broken out of downtime and into uptime alert mode, it wants to be engaged. It immediately and subconsciously searches for additional clarifying information. So it searches for additional facts. It finds it. If it finds them, it'll become engaged. If not, it will quickly revert back into downtime. We call these important and relevant issues hot buttons. Is there anything here that's relevant or important to me? Is this a hot button issue for me at this point in my life? An activator is something that snaps a person from downtime to uptime and it's based on something that's familiar, unusual, problematic. But an activator can also be classified as a hot button if, and only if, it's based on something that's important and relevant to your prospect. Successfully interrupt and engaging your target market by identifying problems, frustrations, uncertainties, and annoyances your prospects have. Then address them in your marketing. Their pain in most cases is their hot button. We're tapping into the problems your prospects already have. We're poking their problems and pointing out those problems so that the reticular activator notices and brings us onto their active radar screen. The activators that are used to interrupt the prospect must be based on a relevant hot button. If not, the prospect will be momentarily interrupted, but will quickly revert back from uptime into downtime. This is what we call false uptime. The FedEx logo, your brain seeks it out because it's unusual. The more often you see it, that arrow becomes familiar. You will only notice it for a second or two. Then your brain will quickly revert back into downtime because the arrow isn't relevant or important to you at that moment. This is one of the things that almost no one understands, and one of the main reasons everything you've ever learned about marketing is wrong. You've been conditioned to believe that as long as you interrupted the prospect, that's good enough. If you only interrupt the prospect, that's only 1/4 of the conversion equation. You've got to include all 4 components: the interrupt, engage, educate, and offer to get the maximum results from your marketing and advertising. When writing marketing, we portray the hot buttons in the form of headlines. The headline is the first opportunity you have to interrupt. Make sure that the headline has activators in it. Those activators must be based on things that are important and relevant to the prospect. Hot buttons, words and phrases that describe problems or frustrations that the prospect is feeling so their reticular activator latches onto them and snaps them into uptime. Daycare providers. Why should parents choose them instead of one of 17 other local daycares? High quality, attention to detail. We supervise our staff better. We're honest. We've taken care of more than 200 kids. This is all nothing but jargon. There's no differentiation. Daycare marketing, safe, nurturing, and creative environment. Optimize your child's development. Claimed by thousands of parents. Credited by industry professionals. A leader in childhood care and education. Again, all these headlines speak to the daycare. They don't speak to the prospect. Now look at this ad. Have you ever felt like your daycare treated your child like a number instead of a little person? How's that for an attention-grabbing headline? This headline is talking to you. And you look at underneath it, how to ensure your child gets personal, loving, caring, one-on-one attention at daycare. That's an engagement statement. Once again, it's talking to you, the prospect. Here's another example. Is your daycare's idea of good educational curriculum watching Barney on TV? This could be a problem at a lot of daycares, and you're wondering, geez, my child just sitting in front of the TV. That's actually a hot button for mom or dad who's wondering what their child's getting out of their daycare provider. Here's the engagement statement. How would you like your child to be reading at the first grade level before starting kindergarten? Wow. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to give my kid an advantage. Okay. That's a great engagement statement. And so those first 2 statements for people who are looking for daycare solutions, will get them interested in the rest of the advertisement and then the offer. Introducing a daycare center that doesn't consider mac and cheese to be one of the 4 major food groups. Great headline. If you're concerned what your kid's eating at daycare, that's a great headline. It's going to get the interrupt and get you thinking about, reading the rest of the advertisement. Here's an example of child psychologists who works with behavioral problems. Here's what they typically do. Most of these professionals say things like, we offer parenting advice and resources. We can help get your child under control. Learn the secrets of well-behaved children. As a parent with an out-of-control child, why would I want to know the secrets to well-behaved children? Okay, I really don't care about well-behaved children. I want to know what's going to happen with my child. How are you going to fix my child? So again, all jargon stuff. Okay? No one is getting it. Everything you know about marketing is wrong. Here's a marketing ad that's right. Are you sick and tired of yelling, screaming, and belligerent attitude of your child? If you have a child like this, this headline catches your attention. Now you can discover the secrets to controlling your child and instantly restore peace and quiet in your home. Again, talking to you, giving you a potential solution. Oh, good. Oh my good. My child, yeah, I got to potentially get some peace and quiet at home. Okay, I got to read more. Okay, presents with a video and an opt-in form. Learn the secrets to gaining and maintaining complete control of your child in less than 60 seconds. And if you have a bad child that's driving you nuts and you want to get them controls for the 60 seconds and do it the right way, you're going to put your name and email address in that little form and sign up. That's what makes this ad effective. It's an example of a moving ads, and moving company ads and websites have headlines like moving, their company name, local and long distance. But by changing their marketing to follow the conversion equation, their new ad and web copy pulled an astounding 12 times more than the original ad. Went from just averaging 70 calls per month to 955 calls per month, and their conversion rate skyrocketed from 16% to 68%. This moving company, just by changing what their ad said, went from generating 11 sales per month to a whopping 649 sales per month. Their new ad generated so much new business that they had to partner with 4 of their competitors to help them handle the demand for their services. These same 4 competitors bought out that moving company 9 months later for $2 million, all due to following the conversion equation in their marketing. Here it is. Last year, over 4,350 complaints and lawsuits were filed against moving companies in Dallas. Imagine that you're somebody living in Dallas or in that region, and you see this headline, and you're about to move. Interesting. Something I need to know about. Ask these 15 questions to make sure that your moving company's policies, procedures, and standards will protect you from an unpleasant moving experience. Well, again, if I'm about to move and I haven't hired anybody yet, I better go through these questions. And so now they bring you down to the education portion, all right, where they're going to give you the questions to ask. And at the end of it, they give you an offer, which is call us now. And there's also a free moving company comparison checklist, which you can get at their website. And again, educate yourself more on what the difference is between this particular company and the other companies out there. Again, a very effective ad that speaks to the prospect, gives them some information so they can make a buying decision. To successfully engage, all you have to do is use a headline or a subheadline that promises the reader that if they will keep reading or listening to the ad, that they will get information that will facilitate their making the best decision possible. Sometimes the headline engages, but more frequently it's a subheadline that makes the promise to educate and therefore engages. Again, going back to the daycare example, the headline, have you ever felt your daycare treated your child like a number instead of a little person? Subheadline, the follow-up statement, how to ensure your child gets personal, loving, caring, one-on-one attention at daycare. So if you're one of those people that feel that way about your child, that second headline is going to get you to looking at the information below. Same thing with this ad. All right, both are effective at getting you to the point where you need to educate yourself about what you need to learn in order to make a decision about the daycare you chose. Once again, going back to the child psychologist ad. Are you sick and tired of yelling and screaming belligerent attitude to your child? Now you can discover the secrets of controlling your child and instantly restore peace and quiet in your home. See how effectively a good headline, an interrupt statement combined with a great engagement statement can effectively get a prospect into the rest of the advertisement and make them want to make a decision to get more information. That's what good, effective marketing and advertising is all about. Here's a moving example again. Same thing. Great headline, great engagement statement, and then great information below in the education, followed by a low-risk offer. Educate and offer, by the way, every marketing piece should contain a risk-lowering offer to encourage the prospect to take the next step. And that offer should generally be to receive additional information that will further educate the prospect and build your case. The real key to success in marketing, the right offer allows you to capture a large percentage of all future buyers in addition to those looking to buy right now. Most marketing only caters to the now buyers and does little to nothing to educate those who are thinking about it right now who might buy later. At any given moment, the number of prospects who are ready to buy right now represent no more than 1 to 5% of all those who are ultimately going to buy what you sell. 95 to 99% of prospects are in the thinking about it and gathering information mode. The fourth component, your offer, gives you the opportunity to provide additional educational information to the gathering information mode prospects and capture valuable information about who these people are so that you can proactively market to them on an ongoing basis. Once again, take a look at these ads. Look at all the information that's provided below. Each has its own little headline, like, do you know what the teacher-child ratio is at your daycare? 36% percentage of children most daycare workers can name by name. How other daycares try to disguise their lack of adequate supervision. Again, each of these in the education section, you see the effective use of these headlines gets the reader to engage further and get more information so that they can continue through the ad and realize they need to take action. Top 10 things your daycare may not tell you. You've looked long and hard to find good childcare. Now you feel you can finally relax. Don't. Again, great headline and engagement statement. And here are just a bunch of examples of daycare stuff and different computer stuff. Actually, it says we have 22 Station Dell Computer Lab. I don't know why I put that in there. Sorry about that. But you can look at all the other ones are about daycare, and they're all the same. Headline, engagement statement, followed by information, and a low-risk offer. Okay? Very easy to create. And you can see these are templates. You could do the same type of template for your business. Interrupt, engage, educate, and offer make up the conversion equation. That equation is literally the backbone of all incredibly successful marketing campaigns that I've ever put together and that my clients have ever put together. And I have a bona fide step-by-step system that helps business owners like you become financially free using superior marketing that makes your phone ring. My passion is for the small business owner who has to scrape, fight, and battle every day just to earn a living. I'm offering the system to you as a way to reach the ultimate pinnacle of life. Financial freedom for you and your family, the ability to do whatever you want with your time and money. Compelling and successful marketing can provide you with the financial freedom to pursue your real, true ambitions in life. Everybody has a cause, and a cause that can be more fully pursued and supported when you're financially independent. Let me help you reach that goal. I have the tools, resources, and support to help you accomplish this in record time. And I'll ask that if you give me a chance to show you how I can help you, I'll do it for free. First thing I want to do is offer you a $5,000 business education grant to be used towards group coaching, specifically developed to take you through the process of improving your marketing and business so you can dominate your competition. We're going to shift screens here for a second. And I'm going to pop that offer right in. So you'll see an offer on your screen right now. So where you can take advantage of this, okay? So let's talk about this. This grant that I'm offering, it never has to be repaid. And it'll give you a weekly access to group coaching program led by me and a few of my colleagues. There are only 5 grants left for me to give out. So this is why I want you to see this offer. And you need to apply for one. So you must click the I'm interested button on the screen right now to complete the form that pops up to take advantage. These grants are only going to be available probably for the next 24 hours. So if you're going to take advantage, do it now. Click the link, put your name and information in, and I'll be in touch with you shortly to get you started. When I do contact you, we'll set up a 20-minute grant application interview with me, which will explain how the grant program works. I'll also ask you a series of questions that allow me to determine if you qualify for the grant or not. So start the application process now, again, by clicking I'm interested button on the right of this page right now. All right, next thing I want to do is offer you a complimentary business and marketing evaluation. And I'm going to show you that offer on the screen right now. All right. With the complimentary business and marketing evaluation, what I'll do is audit all of your current marketing, including your ads, your brochures, your flyers, postcards, your website. Really what I have a formula I use. It's called the conversion equation formula. It is extremely accurate and predictable. We just talked about it. And because I have the experience of using the conversion equation where you may not, I can more accurately determine if your ad marketing and advertising is actually going to generate leads and sales for your business. I'll be able to tell you if your marketing will actually make you money or not before you actually spend a cent on it. And imagine knowing in advance whether your marketing will provide your business with a positive return on your investment. It'll eliminate the guesswork from all your future marketing advertising campaigns. So if you let me help with this, I promise you won't be disappointed. Really think about it for a second. What would this be worth to your business? Well, normally I charge my clients $500 for a full business and marketing evaluation that includes the conversion equation formula. But for the next 48 hours only, I'm offering it to you as my complimentary gift for joining me on this webinar today. So take advantage right now and click the link on the screen. If you want to sign up and get access to my business and marketing evaluation. Just click sign me up and hit submit, and I'll contact you shortly after this webinar to schedule your audit. Now, if you have any questions, I'm always happy to help. You can reach out to me at steve@yourbusinesssuccesscoach.com. You can also call me at 508-942-3229 and speak with me directly. If I am not available, leave a message. I'll get back to you. I promise that. And I really look forward to hearing from you and providing you with the tools and information essential for creating a great business marketing strategy and growing your business. Good luck with your business, and I thank you for attending this presentation. Once again, look forward to hearing from you soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye now.